hello and welcome to Medical Dialogues. I'm Mr. Zaman and here's what I bring to you all from the world of medicine. Certain acid reflux drugs' long-term use linked to higher risk of dementia. People who take acid reflux medications called proton pump inhibitors for 4.5 years or more may have a higher risk of dementia compared to people who do not take these medications, according to new research published in the online issue of Neurology. Proton pump inhibitors reduce stomach acid by targeting the enzymes in the stomach lining that produce that acid. The study included 5,712 people aged 45 and older who did not have dementia at the start of the study. They had an average age of 75. Of the participants, 1,490 people or 26% had taken the drugs. Participants were then divided into 4 groups based on whether they had taken the drugs and for how long as follows. People who did not take the drugs, those who took the drugs for up to 2.8 years, those who took them for 2.8 to 4.4 years, and people who took them for more than 4.4 years. Young vapers are at risk of bronchitis as well as shortness of breath even if they also smoke. Young vapers are at risk of bronchitis symptoms and shortness of breath even if they or others around them smoke cigarettes or cannabis, suggests research published online in the journal Thorax. The researchers tracked the respiratory health of participants in the Southern California Children's Health Study between 2014 and 2018. Some 2,097 students completed a survey on their use of tobacco products and respiratory symptoms in 2015, which was wave 1. Further survey information was collected from 1,609 of them in 2015, which was wave 2, from 1,502 in 2017, which was wave 3, and from 1,637 in 2018, which was wave 4. At each survey wave, participants were asked about ever and past 30-day use of e-cigarettes and conventional cigarettes. Cannabis use was added to the question at wave 3. The final analysis included 2,094 young people, almost half of whom were women. At wave 1, the only time this question was asked, that is 476 respondents reported a lifetime history of asthma. Up to 40% lower risk of 9 cancers in people with good cardiorespiratory fitness. Good cardiorespiratory fitness when young is associated with up to a 40% lower risk of developing 9 specific cancers later on, at least in men, suggests a large long-term study published online in the British Journal of Sports Medicine. The researchers drew on linked Swedish registry data up to the end of 2019 covering background information, medical diagnosis and deaths for conscripts who started their military service between 1968 and 2005. Conscripts with a low level of cardiorespiratory fitness were slightly more likely to be obese, more likely to have a history of alcohol and substance misuse, and to have parents with lower educational attainment than conscripts with a higher fitness level. In all, 3,65,874 conscripts had a low level of cardiorespiratory fitness, 5,19,652 had a moderate level, and 3,40,952 had a high level. Cognitive decline may be hastened by extreme heat in vulnerable populations. A new study finds that ongoing extreme heat can worsen cognitive decline among vulnerable groups, particularly black older adults and those living in poor neighborhoods. As heat waves become more frequent and intense due to climate change and urban heat islands, the researchers sought to understand the connection between extreme heat exposure and cognitive decline. They analyzed data from nearly 9,500 US adults aged 52 and older, surveyed over a 12-year period as part of the Health and Retirement Study conducted by the University of Michigan Institute for Social Research, which measures participants' cognitive function over time. That's all for today. Stay tuned to Medical Dialogues for latest updates.
Never miss a medical update from Medical Dialogues. Like, subscribe, and press the bell icon.